we're professionals, all right?
Yep.
Strict professionals.
We totally didn't just try to record a joke, and then we didn't like that joke, and then we set it aside.
Hey! Asshole! Stop fucking breaking the fourth wall. Idiot. You idiot.
Look, you give me a sledgehammer, I break down walls. That's what I do.
You idiot. You're stupid. And you're... I am a god! Hurry up with my damn croissant!
What? Welcome to the No Experience Podcast, where two dudes who are made completely out of origami are on a quest to talk about anything and everything. I'm with my co-host, Ammar Abdullah, and today we are talking about paper.
Okay, so Jared, when you got in my car today, we were having some troubles, weren't we?
Yeah.
Some troubles, coming up with an interesting thing to talk about.
Uh-huh.
And I beseeched thee for a topic that you were interested in, that you wanted to talk about,
Yes.
that you thought could carry a half an hour episode of our podcast.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And what did you say to me, Jared?
I said, I need to think.
Great. And over the course of an hour and a half, he sat and he thought about a topic. We reached my apartment, we got the recording studio ready, and Jared, you looked me in my eyes as we sat down to record. I was like, he spent that hour and a half thinking of something good, something great. We sit down and you say, we're talking about paper. Where the fuck am I supposed to go with that, Jared?
What do you mean? You can go anywhere. We're talking about paper, dude. One of man's greatest inventions. Okay?
Okay.
You can go any direction, just like we as a species did, thanks to paper.
Good. No, I'm glad you can justify it. So what's your favorite kind of paper, Jared?
My favorite kind of paper is that, like, I've never actually had any, but you always see it in fucking, like, D&D books and just, like, illustrations and shit of, like, the old school parchment that's all, like, tattered and worn and shit. Because that shit's just a vibe.
Fascinating. You think this is interesting, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
No, but, okay, it creates an atmosphere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those details create an atmosphere. It makes you feel like you are somewhere else, and it is something different.
Okay.
Right? That's the value, right?
Right.
So it's not even real paper at that point, right? It's meta paper. It's paper on paper. It's an illustration of paper on a page.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yep. All right, Jared. I'm gonna go along with you on this. Fine. I'll bite. You know what my favorite kind of paper is?
What's your favorite kind of paper?
Sticky notes.
Oh,
I like sticky notes. I do. I like them. You know why? Because I got a short attention span. All right. I am like a fucking goldfish. I have a memory that lasts 5 seconds and an attention span that lasts maybe half of that. Okay? So when it comes time to write ideas, to write down little reminders and little concepts, you know what I reach for? I reach for the sticky notes. Yeah. And I slap them everywhere. If you go to my desk at work, there's sticky notes all over the fucking place. I like sticky notes. I like them. I'll admit.
It's great, right? It's convenient.
It is. It's easy.
The products of paper are beautiful.
Beautiful and numerous. There are many. There are quite many types of paper. Toilet paper. What's your opinion? Where do you stand? Are you a bidet man or are you toilet paper? Wet wipes even?
You think I can afford a bidet?
They're getting more affordable.
Are they?
Oh yeah, there's portable versions of the bidet now. I'm ordering one for my new apartment, as a matter of fact.
Wait, portable?
Yeah, they're literally like, you hook it up to
you can, like, take it from place to place and stick it on other people's toilets.
Yep. I mean, I'm buying a more permanent one for my house, and perhaps also getting the portable bundle to bring with me when I go out. Because I don't like public toilet paper. Like, let me say this, Jared. I got some complaints. About public toilet paper. I hate that every time I walk into a public restroom, it's a gamble. Okay? I hate that I'm gambling on either, does this corporation care enough to buy decent toilet paper for me to pamper my sweet booty hole? Or am I going to get the Brillo pad rusty nail treatment? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take a guess what it is 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? Most of these places don't have bidets, right? They have toilet paper. But if you didn't have that toilet paper, where would you be? You'd have a nasty butthole.
Yeah, I'd have a musty, dusty, crusty. I would. Absolutely.
And it was thanks to toilet paper. Thanks to paper.
Yeah, you're circling around to the paper thing.
Yeah.
Paper really is a wonderful thing. However, I got some problems. I got a problem with paper. You know what it is? Deforestation. Deforestation's a bad thing. Okay, and paper is responsible. It's time for an alternative. Hemp. Hemp paper. Cheap alternative, easy to grow, a yield anything plant. It harvests often, so we don't have to cut down quite so many forests. It's time to start hemp farms, man.
That's a good ass point.
It's time to get. That's the whole reason marijuana. That's one of the major reasons marijuana was banned in the 80s. The war on drugs happened because 2 reasons. All right, they knew that minorities were smoking weed, and they knew that it would be a cheap and easy alternative to paper. It's time. It's time for hemp and toilet paper. It's soft too. You ever felt hemp paper?
No, I haven't.
It's soft. Oh yeah, nice and soft. Imagine, if you will, an angel kissing your butthole. An angel giving you some nice slimmy rimmy. Okay, and you kind of start to circle the idea that I'm talking about. A little bit of hemp and paper
like
on the ass.
Angel's tongue around your butthole, circling the.
Yep, circling.
Yep.
I'm doing my best, man.
Yeah, I can see that you're trying.
I am. I'm reaching here.
Okay. Yeah. But no, hemp is great. Hemp is awesome, and I agree. I think we should get more of it in there.
I think that should be the paper alternative, frankly.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still paper. It's hemp paper at this point, right? The concept of paper is not limited simply to trees, right?
That's true.
I mean, people have made paper out of, what was it, elephant shit?
Yeah, it's true. Now, let me say, if we're talking paper, you got to talk paper's best friend, the pen or the pencil.
Ooh.
A writing utensil. That's a little bit of a rap.
Oh,
put the beat on. Paper, pencil, a writing utensil. I'm going to get myself a fucking stencil. It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That's kind of... I'm quitting the podcast. I'm going to go become a hip hop star.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Yeah,
I'll get out of your way.
Yeah, get out of my fucking face. Leave the mic. Leave everything.
Might I remind you who paid?
Oh, who paid? Oh, yeah, you pay. You're going to take it out of the hands of a hip hop star?
Yes.
I don't fucking think so.
If you are a hip hop star, then you can afford your own equipment.
So pens and pencils.
And your own paper.
So pens and pencils, okay? What's your favorite? Are you a mechanical pencil man, or are you the classic wood pencil man?
So I didn't really have mechanical pencils in school or anything, just because I was poor.
Yeah, that tracks.
I had to borrow pencils from the teacher and whatnot, and it was always wood and lead pencils.
Yeah.
So my preference kind of goes there, but mechanical pencils are nice, so long as they're built well.
That's true. A cheap mechanical pencil is way worse than the cheapest wooden pencil. Okay, so what about pens? What kind of pens do you like?
Oh man, like a nice fine point gel pen. Oh my god.
Glides across the paper, nice and smooth.
Yes.
Peanut butter style.
And you get that nice, like, scratchy sound and sensation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Oh my god.
You ever fucked around with a quill and ink? You ever done that?
No, I've always wanted to.
Yeah, I've gone on field trips to like historical societies and shit like that before, and I've gotten to fuck around with quill and ink, and it's fun. I mean, it's hard. It's like you're relearning how to write, basically. Because, typically these days you write and it's, you're scratching it into the paper and you never have to stop. But when you're doing the quill and pen, you got to add a whole new flow. You got to dip the pen, write for a little bit, dip the pen, write for a little bit. You got to do this all without dripping. You don't want to drip, okay? Because if you drip, you're going to ruin it.
Nope, no drip with the quill and ink.
And you know what? If we're talking ink on paper, how about typewriters? You ever used a typewriter?
No, I've always wanted to, though.
I did a role in junior high school in a theater show where I played a writer, and I got to use an authentic, real typewriter with ink in it and everything. It was a big part of the show, was me sitting at the typewriter typing away. It was fun. Typewriters are fun. It makes me sad that computers are the new standard for... Well, not the new standard. It makes me sad that computers are the standard for word processing and writing out your ideas, because Fucking typewriters are fun, and they got a lot of really nice like mechanical feedback. You know, the tick, 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 when you type on them. I love that shit.
But then again, you can't store what you type in a typewriter in the cloud.
That's true.
There's no Wi-Fi accessibility, no Bluetooth.
Yeah, well, the cloud is just full of water. The internet is a series of tubes. Typewriter's right there in front of you. You can see the mechanics and everything.
Uh-huh.
The internet, tubes. It is. I mean, ask anybody. Ask anybody who's in the know about the internet, and they'll tell you it's a series of tubes.
Wow, that played like a YouTube poop video.
Yeah.
Okay. But all this really does, it is very telling of like the history of paper and writing, right?
Yeah, I agree. Let's talk famous pieces of paper, Jared.
Famous pieces of paper.
Yeah. The Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights.
One of those was stolen by Nicolas Cage.
That's true. The real Nicolas Cage.
The real one.
Not the fake one. Not the one you see on television. The real Nicolas Cage.
Mm-hmm.
The one that only we know.
See, Nicolas Cage played the role of the actor who stole the character who stole the Declaration of Independence, and that gave him the idea.
Well, he was a method actor.
He
was a method actor, and so he actually stole the Declaration of Independence in order to practice for the role.
Yeah.
You know Jared Leto, okay, as the Joker, sending sex toys and condoms to his co-stars, okay?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Except Jared Leto's method acting was pretty trash.
Yeah, honestly. It's funny. You know, speaking of method acting, I saw a funny thing. Anthony Hopkins, the guy who played Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs, he has notoriously gone on record as saying that method actors are annoying as shit to work with because it takes them hours to get ready to act. They can't just turn it on. And it's like, I agree. I kind of agree. Method actors are kind of obnoxious.
Yeah. It's really pompous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's like my time is more important than the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I even in my brief experience in theater, like in high school and junior high, like growing up and stuff, like, yeah, people who would like, you know, wear their costumes to class the day of a show. I'm like, dude, what does this accomplish? Like, what are you doing that is so important that you need to wear that ridiculous outfit throughout the school day?
If anything, what you're going to end up doing is burning yourself out. Or if you're actually acting out your character in class.
That's even weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that, you know? Method actors freak me out. But you know what? Speaking of important pieces of paper, scripts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What do you print a script on, Jared?
Paper, baby!
Motherfucking paper. I'm going to have a come to Jesus moment with you for a second, Jared. Right here in front of everybody.
Okay.
This is the dumbest episode we've done so far. We've covered a lot of dumb shit on this podcast. This has to be the stupidest one.
Man, that's a real shame.
Like, think back to the topics we've covered. We've covered crazy Wikipedia articles. We've covered antinatalism. We've talked about fucking Dog Pound, a movie from 2014 that nobody saw, except for us apparently. And I think this one takes the cake so far. This has to be the most difficult thing I've ever done, Jared.
And you know what? So far, this is prime content.
Yes,
this is the best shit we have ever done.
Yes.
This is taking us to the next level.
Yeah, honestly.
Much like paper took humanity to the next level.
Jared, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You're dead. I'm done. I'm done recording the podcast
You can't
with you.
be done yet. We're only like 15 minutes in.
What do you... What? I'm grasping at straws here, dude. I'm trying to talk about paper with you.
Grasp harder.
Okay, fine. What's your favorite brand of toilet paper?
Probably Cottonelle.
You like Cottonelle?
Yeah.
I'm a Charmin man, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you, tissues? What about tissues? What about tissues? We haven't said anything about tissues. And I think the tissue fans are really curious what we think about them.
Actually, also Cottonelle, they have these tissues that are like...
With the lotion?
Yeah.
With the lotion in them?
Those fucks.
Nice on the nose.
Yeah, those fucks slap.
Yeah. Paper towels. That's a useful fucking tool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You want to drain some greasy-ass bacon? You fucking slap that shit on a paper towel, let it sit for a few minutes. Soaks it all right up. Soaks it up. Easy peasy. Butcher paper. When you get a nice cut of meat and you unwrap it,
Oh, yeah.
that's nice. Parchment paper when you're making like a meatloaf and you stick the parchment paper in there and it keeps it from sticking. That's fun.
That's good.
Wax paper,
Yeah.
sandpaper.
Uh-huh. You're really blowing through a lot of our options right now. We got a lot of time to fill.
Listen, Jared, this is a bullet train, okay? It's fast, and if you're not on when it departs, you're not getting on, okay? So we're speeding through this. We've talked about a lot. We'll continue to talk about a lot. So let's break down some of those things that I just mentioned in a little bit more detail. Sandpaper.
Sandpaper.
What have you ever used it for?
Sanding wood.
Interesting. You've sanded wood.
Yes.
Tell me the story about it.
Okay, well,
Was it coarse grain, fine grain?
it was fine grain. I had limited options, and I was doing the best with what I could.
Interesting.
But I had a bunch of wood, and at this time, my father was in Tennessee, so I was at home alone. And I, for a small time, wanted to host D&D at my place.
I remember this.
And so I decided to jury rig my own little table setup, and it was terrible. It was just a bunch of boards.
That's
and
agreeable.
shit. And it was just absolutely awful, but I had to fuck around with the wood.
Okay.
There was also a period of time where I was making tiny little crosses for my grandparents' dogs who had passed away. So I wanted to sand them down so that I think it was the primer would stick properly. No, the paint. And so I could have everything on there, and then I put the primer on over the paint.
Okay. Interesting. Jared, what's the goat paper in your mind? The greatest of all time?
The goat paper.
Yeah. What's the best type of paper in your mind?
That's tough.
I know exactly what I think it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a lot of great papers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different types of paper that are worthy of my praise.
I guess it depends on how loosely we're defining paper here.
That's true.
Because if we're talking, if you define it loosely enough, canvas, the Mona Lisa, okay, you know what I'm saying? Paintings,
Yes.
The Scream, Starry Night, okay, all printed on canvas.
This is true. I mean, it's so good. It's versatile. There's a lot that you can do with canvas.
Oh yeah.
And plus the texture.
Ooh, talking textures. You ever cut into a fresh piece of construction paper?
Oh,
That's some nut,
baby.
But if we're talking textures, I think it doesn't get any better than wrapping paper. I'm talking presents. All right. There's nothing better.
Actually, the sound irritates me.
Does it? That's
Yeah.
interesting. You know what's actually a very multifaceted, useful type of paper? Newspaper. Yeah, newspaper. It's great for reading the news. It's great for getting comics, okay? But moreover, newspaper, and this is a little life hack I picked up from my stepfather from his time living in New York City, baby. He told me that the best thing to clean your windows with, newspaper. Doesn't leave streaks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, decoupage.
Decoupage?
Decoupage.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You know when you take some, like, newspaper and you fucking get some, like, glue and shit, and you fucking...
Jared, that's called paper mache.
Oh, my bad.
What the fuck are you talking about? Decoupage.
What am I talking? What the fuck was decoupage?
Okay, brief fucking moment while Jared looks up what decoupage is. So, how are you doing, guys?
Decoupage.
That's good. I'm glad you guys are doing well. Are you having fun listening to me and Jared try to pull an episode out of paper? It just...
Fuck, it's in Spanish.
Oh, fuck you.
Okay, but there's images, so apparently this is decoupage.
I don't know what I'm looking at, Jared.
Yeah, no, okay, no. They're like gluing paper designs onto shit.
So not paper mache.
Not paper mache, but decoupage.
It looks nice. You got me. It looks nice.
Damn right.
What's the most useless kind of paper?
I didn't even get around to my goat.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite type? Sorry.
I think for me the goat is just gonna be some good old fashioned A4.
A4, the notebook style?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I mean, it's versatile, it's classic, timeless. You can use it for fucking anything.
That's good. I got something of an eccentric answer as to what the goat paper is, Jared. I don't think you're ready, but it's cardboard. That's the goat paper to me. You know
Does
what?
cardboard count as paper?
Oh, it's made of paper, Jared.
Is it?
It is. Cardboard is made of little interlaid woven paper.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So cardboard, that to me, goat.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. Like what are we if not able to load our shit into boxes? Cardboard, okay? What do you put down when you're painting a masterpiece? Cardboard on the floor so it doesn't drip onto your floor, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Cardboard, the most multi-useful. We're sitting in a room right now with at least 2 things made out of cardboard. Okay? 3 things. You see?
4, 5.
That's how useful. Even in this tiny closet that we're posted up in, 5 cardboard objects.
At least.
It's useful.
Mm-hmm.
It's multifaceted. Everything is packaged in it. Okay? Cardboard's good. Cardboard's the best. But I think we can't talk paper without talking the most important paper. The paper that rules our lives. I'm talking cash. I'm talking dollar bills. I'm talking Skrilla. I'm talking money. I'm talking cheese. I'm talking bread. I'm talking dough. I'm talking goulash. I'm talking Gouda. All right? I'm talking that sweet, sweet guap shit that makes rappers' hoes say, da-na-na, da-na-na. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Greens, papers. You know what feels great, okay? Having a couple $100 bills in your wallet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad we're living in a world where we all use credit and debit cards now, okay? I long for a time before when we opened up our wallet and slapped a crisp $100 bill onto the counter. Okay? I long for that era.
I miss holding them stacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nice folded, crimped with the rubber band. That shit. Cash money. Credit card will never compare. Okay?
And the feeling of getting fresh, untouched cash?
Oh, yeah. Crispy, crispy $100 bills. Good stuff. Okay?
So the worst
paper? The worst kind of paper? I have forgotten what I was going to say. I was going to say the worst type of paper, and then I forgot what it was.
Oh, man. That's rough for you.
It is. That's heartbreaking. It genuinely is.
I find it hard to come up with a bad paper, like a worse paper.
I'm sure there are bad papers. There has to be something. Pamphlets.
Essay assignments.
Those are bad papers.
Those are bad papers. At least mine were.
All right, this is a meme I'm just sort of done with. Thanks for listening to the No Experience podcast, everybody. We hope that despite this episode's fucking bizarre nature, you had fun with us as we have had fun recording it. As always, you can subscribe to us. You can drop a like on the video. That really does help us out, get our name out there. We got a Facebook page at the No Experience Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at the Dongan Man if you want to keep up to date on everything we are doing with the podcast. Stay beautiful, people. As always, stay beautiful. Beautiful like paper, like a great painting or a good story printed on that squishy cut up tree. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.